Evening, morning, afternoon, what's going on, people? Listen, as you see by the title, if you know about this game, you know. If you know, you know. So, I've been the owner of these games. I've had pretty much everyone from what? I think the second one was the first one I had, but my next door neighbor had the first one. So as a child, you know what that meant. Then obviously the third one. Third one I had, fourth one, another next door neighbor. Same with the fifth one. Tekken Tag. Sorry, Tekken Tag came after Tekken 3. Can't forget that one. Then you got what, Tekken 6 with the PS3 now, so it was a bit different now. Then you got what, Tekken Tag 2. Yeah, man. You had that Tekken Revolution, which was a little online thing, which was decent in itself. You get me? All Tekken games, they do the same, but the foundation is the same, I should say. But yeah, man. So if I wanna go, I'm gonna go from number 8. I'm gonna just work backwards in it. Cause geez, I know some of you are thinking this one has to be number 1 or 2. Yeah, it probably will be. It probably will be if you're thinking that. But yeah, the first one though, I must say number 8. I'm gonna go with Tekken. Okay, this one and Tekken 4, they're 7 and 8 in my opinion. But I'm saying Tekken because it was good. Like it started you off in a calm way, so it was like you saw what it was all about. Yeah, it got you in there. It got your attention. At them times, it was just a good game for its time. But then Tekken 4, where Kazuya come back, it's a little upgrade with the game. They didn't really have too much fun like Tekken 3 had, which I didn't really like. But you know, and after Tekken Tag as well. But boom. The way, yeah. Actually, you see, there was a couple new graphics with the way the ground would move differently when you got hit and thing. But yeah, man. Tekken 4 overall, it's not a Tekken you remember, but it's a Tekken you'll still play to this day. Don't ever get twisted. Number 6, Tekken 5. Alright, Tekken 5. When you had the Devil Within and whatnot, it was cool, but it was all about Jin. That Jin I didn't really care for. The Karate Jin, it was what it was, isn't it? I prefer the Tekken 3 Jin where they just had him do like Kazuya with a difference. That was my favorite one. But yeah, and Devil Jin weren't the same as Devil Kazuya. Let's be real. When you play with Devil Kazuya, it was a little different. But yeah, Devil Jin was calm. He had the beam, but get me, Ogre had a flame, so yeah, man, it was just what it was. But yeah, man. Next, Tekken 2. Okay, this is where it gets different now, because Tekken 2 was a nice upgrade from Tekken. It was a nice upgrade. They flowed a little better. There was a little extra you could do after you beat them, which is just a minor thing, but it definitely flowed a little better. Like the characters, the new characters. Yeah, the demo, even the demo was a lot, you know, when you could just play with Lei and June. Boy, and then man them know about Lei Wulong, you know. But nah, when you brought in Devil in Tekken 2, it was different. It was actually, yeah, it was different, man. Yeah, Kazuya was a boss in Tekken 2. Tekken 1 he was calm, but Tekken 2 was, yeah, Tekken 2 meant some. You gotta go beat him, then you gotta go beat, because the Devil at the end of the arcade mode. Yeah, man, the practice mode, all the extra modes now that Tekken 2 didn't really do, but Tekken 2 was doing. Tekken 2 was different. Tekken 2 upped the levels a bit, man. Tekken Tag 2. So I'm talking about the latest installment on the CDs. Tekken Tag 2. Yeah. Like the Tekken Tag before, it brought in characters, but obviously this one being what, number 8, brought in enough characters. So it was like, boy, it was this nostalgia. And obviously the combos, the tag team combos, yeah. Online was different. Now it was a different game. And if you were brave enough to pick the number 1, just go with one person against 2. Your guys powered up, so boy, it's calm. But nah, yeah, man, Tekken Tag 2, with the combination and the grapple combos. Yeah, it was all different. And the new entrances to introduce the characters. Tekken Tag 2 was something. Tekken Tag 2 was something. But in my opinion, it wasn't better than Tekken Tag, the first one, the 4th installment in Tekken. I thought that one, when they brought Tekken 2 characters with the Tekken 3 characters, and they started to, and so you started to understand more character storyline. Like, let's be real, yeah. Tekken revolves around the Mishima storyline, the Mishima and Kazama. That's where it revolves. And now in Tekken Tag, you're like, what? Jin and Kazuya mixing? Like, boy, like Brian and Lei. Obviously, not people are Brian fans out there, don't get it twisted. But yeah, just any combination, it was like, rah. Like Forest Lord come, the martial law was before him. Come on, Lord. But nah, and don't let me forget Tekken Ball mode. Tekken Bowl mode, sorry. Tekken Bowl. Because you could do bowling on that thing. People know about when you pick someone like Brian Yoshimitsu or Jack, and the robot would focus. Don't get me started. Tekken Tag was a lot, you know. Tekken Tag was a lot. I think Tekken Tag 2 was a lot, but Tekken Tag was a lot. It was just different early. You know them ways there? Yeah, it was just different early. What's the next one? Tekken 6. Tekken 6 is what I'm putting as the number 2 on the list, you know. Listen, scenario campaign with Lars, just to unlock every character, was a nice way to reintroduce everything on the PS3, you know. Like, they showed you this is levels, you gotta go through that storyline, and when you can do online scenarios as well, you have to go through. Listen, they taken the focus back away from playing it against people. Don't get me wrong, you can always bang Tekken against anyone, you know them ways, verse battle, online battle. But when you could do this scenario and you're adding back the story mode that they'd missed before, well, they had it on Tekken 5, but this one you could go through with multiple different people. Like, obviously you go through with Lars first, but after you've unlocked someone, you go through with them. And listen, scenario campaign was a lot. Online scenario campaign was a lot. Yeah, man. And yeah, everyone had a little upgrade in their moves as well. Like, certain people might have had an extra kick or an extra 2-punch added to their combos. If you know combos with certain characters, you know there was a change. There was a different feel about Tekken 6, you know. Definitely a different feel. HD Tekken on the PS3, yeah, man. It came to the PS3 with a bang. It came to the PS3 with a bang. But what hit the PlayStation with a bang? What hit the was it PlayStation 2? I'm gonna have to correct myself. But what hit the PlayStation with a bang? Tekken 3. Tekken 3 was the game, you know. Tekken 3, listen. Tekken 3 was different. Tekken 3, listen. Tekken Force mode, when you first saw it them times, nah. When you had to complete it 4 times just to get Dr. Boskonovich, you know what Tekken Force meant. Tekken Ball mode, listen. If you play with someone good enough, you get that ball going back till it's on fire. And when it beats someone, it's a repeated ending. Listen, them times. This was way ahead of its time. Listen, I think it was about 98. I think Tekken 3 came out about 98, you know. It wasn't about 7 them times, man. Junior, just starting year 3, and nah. This is why Tekken is a part of my life, you know. Tekken 3 is the reason why Tekken is a part of my life. Because this Tekken was just different. Like I said, they hit the heights so high on Tekken 3, you know. Listen. Everything else is judged by Tekken 3. The survival, listen, even though they, it was different. Tekken 3 was a different hype to Tekken 2. Tekken 2 was kind of low. Like, it was a good low. Like, Tekken was kind of, but Tekken 2 had a little more snares and kicks. But Tekken 3 was a whole little bass and snares and kicks. So yeah, Tekken 3 was live. Listen, anyone that knows Tekken, you must be about, no, not you have to be to know Tekken, but to know to really understand Tekken 3, you need to be around 22, you know, or over, in my opinion. Maybe even 23, you know. Cause boy, Tekken 3 was different. Tekken 3 was different. Listen, when you introduce Jin, Brian Fury, listen, I'll mention Brian Fury again. They took out Kazuya, imagine, and they brought in Jin with Kazuya's moves, just so you could get used to listen. Horang? Oh my ditties. I didn't even do it about people who got brought in, you know. I didn't even talk about people who got brought in. If I was to quickly go through this list, yeah, and say a few characters that got brought in, Tekken, well, you got to talk about originals that are still there. You got to look at Nina, Paul, Law, boy, Yoshimitsu, boy, Hayachi. You got to, was Hayachi playable in the first one? I don't even know. But man was in it. It means it's the same thing. And that's just a few. Then from what, Tekken 2, you got Lei gets brought in. He stays in. He's a mainstay. June shows up and comes back. But then she has look how big she is in Tekken 6. But then, boy, who else was in Tekken 2 that got new? Bake. Jack 2. Well, fam, Jack was always from Tekken the first one. How can I forget Jack, you know? How can I forget Jack? They bring in Anna. Boy, listen. But Tekken 3, Jin was brought in. Brian was brought in. Eddie. Listen. If you know Tekken, you know Eddie Gordo. You don't even have to know Tekken to know Eddie Gordo. He goes beyond Tekken, you know. Man like Eddie Gordo, people call him the cheap player, but man was about from the demo. Listen, that's why demos were important them times, you know. Demos were about, you know, him and Ling Xiaoyu. Remember me and my don used to just play. Listen, from young you. Listen, that's when you knew how to cheat on those games with Eddie. Man. Listen, Eddie was nuts, you know. Then you got what, Tekken 4. So you can't. They bring Kazuya back. But then that's where you got. Oh, I forgot about Bruce Furby in Tekken 2. But then in 4, see, 4 and 5 is a blur to me, you know, about who got brought back. Because those games. But I know Tuesday, man like Steve came in. A man like Bob. A man like hey. King's been in it from the early, and Armor King's been there. From Tekken 2, I think. Yeah, man. But yeah, man, Bob and a few other people. Michelle and Julia, the sisters. They've been about. You know, they've been about. But yeah, see, man, Tekken 4 and 5. It is what it is to me, man. But then Tekken 6, you get Lars. Hey, Dr. Boskonovich, Tekken 3, and Gordon. Who remembers Gordon, that lion? You know, yo. Yeah. Just from Tekken 4, man. Yeah, so. Yeah, man. Tekken 6 had a few characters. I really have to do a proper list, you know, and just break down who really came when, you know, and who really stayed. Because you know everyone's got certain characters that no matter which Tekken gets played, they got their go-to guy. Everyone, you know, you got your go-to guy. But boy, yeah, man. Tekken's a big game, you know. Tekken probably one of my favorite fighting games of all time, you know. It probably is. Street Fighter's up there. But boy, you're talking about really owning games through and through, you know. Man's got a few, you know. Man's got a few. But you get me? Little sort of fun thing. Tekken fans out there, Wagwan. Yes, man. DJ D26. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.